home, your health. Your family, your life. What matters to you is now in Focus at 4.
And we do welcome you to Focus at 4 on this Monday afternoon. I'm Pam Huff. One story obviously dominating our lives this afternoon, severe weather or the possibility of it. Now, the first tornado warning was issued around 3:10 this afternoon. That was for Franklin and Colbert counties in far north Alabama. However, several counties in our viewing area are under a tornado watch. As storms move through this afternoon and into the evening, of course, there's always that potential for a tornado or damaging winds or even large hail. We want to begin our live team coverage right now with Chief Meteorologist James Spann. James, give us the latest.
Well, Pam, the problems are focused up in the northwestern corner of the state. I want to take the radar data off and look at these polygons. There is a tornado warning. There's one up here, and this is the one polygon in effect for parts of extreme northern Franklin and Colbert counties. This is a possible tornado that will be passing a little to the east of Florence and the Shoals. This is part of a storm complex in extreme northwest Alabama, also producing flash flooding. Counties up here like parts of Colbert, Lauderdale, Franklin. Those are flash flood warnings. In our television market, we have parts of Marion County north of Hamilton. That includes Hackleburg. That is not a tornado warning. That is a severe thunderstorm warning. But off to the west, we have multiple tornado warnings in effect for parts of central Mississippi. And this is where the best combination of dynamic support, instability, and shear happens to be. And more than likely, it stays in this zone for a while. For those of you in Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, it might be after 7 o'clock before the active weather reaches you. And if you're in Anniston and Gadsden, might be after 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. And by the time these storms reach the population centers we just talked about, conditions will not favor these type of violent long-track tornadoes. There could be a tornado, yes, but probably not as many, and the pattern begins to change over to a straight-line wind and flood threat later tonight. So again, in Alabama, we have one tornado warning polygon. That is a tornado warning for extreme northern Franklin and parts of eastern Colbert counties for the next 40 minutes. We'll watch things carefully, Pam. Much more coming up in just a bit.
James, thank you very much. Now, all of you who are watching are seeing a crawl go across the bottom of your screen that is continuously updating canceled activities, and also already we are getting in delays for Tuesday. The same information we want to pass along is also always available online at abc3340.com. And you can keep up with the latest weather information through the ABC 3340 News or Weather app. You can download the apps from the Apple Store, from the Android Market, or Google Play. With the weather app, you can instantly see our weather radar and our hourly forecast. And you can also sign up for severe weather alerts. Right now, we want to go to Hamilton in Marion County. Focus at 4's Candace Sweat joins us via the telephone from Marion County. And I know that you are live right now in the storm chaser. Candace, this part of the state is where we are at least expecting active weather to come in first. What are you hearing from first responders up there? What have you seen?
Well, Pam, finally some rain starting to come down. Very cloudy, very much an overcast out here in the city of Hamilton. We did stop by City Hall today. Emergency crew, they're geared up, they're ready to go. Also spoke with the mayor of Hamilton earlier today. They've got volunteers along with the mayor are stationed at Hamilton Fire Station, fire department, geared up and ready to go if anybody needs anything. It's pretty much a ghost town right now, though. Nobody out on the streets. Everybody is inside as they should be. It's a smart decision to be inside. We're seeing lightning. We're hearing thundering in the distance a little bit to the north of us. We actually were headed up to Hackleburg toward the storm, decided to turn back around and come back down to Hamilton. But it is raining. It is an overcast. But again, emergency crew are standing by right now just in case they are needed, in case any calls come in. But like I said, it's a ghost town right now. People are inside. They're heeding the warnings, which is a good thing.
The good thing about all of this is that there has been so much warning of the potential of damaging storms today that people heeded those warnings. And obviously schools have let out early. Children are now off the highways, off the roads. School buses are back in the bus barns. And so much has been done correctly. I know a number of businesses have even shut down early today to make sure that their employees had plenty of time to get to where they considered it to be a safe shelter. And that's the best news we could hear, obviously, as we continue to monitor this. We will be back with you a little bit later. Shortly before 1 o'clock this afternoon, that is when we began, rather 11 o'clock today, that is when we began to hear that there was a tornado watch that had been issued for a part of our viewing area. Right now, Focus at 4's Marissa Mitchell joins us live in Haleyville. Now, Marissa, has that county's EMA, I'm assuming, already gone active?
Yes, Pam, the county EMA director just told me that he himself is monitoring the situation, but I want you to take a look now at this community safe room here in Haleyville, and there has to be at least 200 people here inside the building off of 21st Street, and I'm told that it will hold up to 350 people, and it's one of 5 community safe rooms in the area, and I've added this information of where you can find those community safe rooms on this story. Just click on it. It's on abc3340.com. But I have to tell you, there aren't just families here hunkering down in this safe room. You have Haleyville police and fire crews. They are here, and they've set up a command unit inside the building. Again, it's on 21st Street, right behind the McDonald's. It has a generator and a backup one if something happens to that one, plus plenty of food, water, and blankets for all the families. Haleyville Mayor Ken Sunseri says he sent a report to citizens Friday warning them of the possible severity of this weather event.
This temperature today, it keeps going up, and that concerns me because, you know, we've been through several tornadoes before, and again, this is reminding me of the 2011 tornado.
And Sunseri says the city is also talking with companies about either placing generators inside of their buildings or just seeing if they have generators. He said that those conversations are going on with local restaurants and gas stations. But Pam, as you can see, families are here. They're still coming in to this safe place tonight.
Love to see that, knowing that they aren't taking chances, understanding anybody in a mobile home or anything like that, seeking the proper kind of shelter right now. That's how lives are saved. Marissa, thank you. We'll be back with you. How is the Red Cross preparing for all of this? The agency has some 18 people on its disaster team on standby, as we just mentioned, and that is indeed in Winston County. I'm not quite sure where we're going right now. All right, thank you very much. Just before 3 o'clock this afternoon, a large tornado hit North Tupelo, Mississippi. This is a picture right now of a restaurant. One of our managers actually used to live and work in Tupelo. He tells me this was an Italian restaurant, Vanelli's. Obviously no more. It's a goner. Also today, we have seen pictures of a gas station that was just demolished in North Tupelo. So far, though, we have not had reports of injuries. Now, obviously, that did not happen that long ago. We are continuing to update that story, and we will bring you information as it becomes available to us concerning the tornado that hit North Tupelo, Mississippi. Now, this killer storm system is blamed for the loss of 14 lives in Arkansas. The governor certainly expecting that death toll to rise. Rescue crews continue to search through debris, listening and looking, of course, for any sign of life. The White House already sending Federal Emergency Management Agency's Administrator Craig Fugate to Arkansas to support the state and the local efforts there.
We've obviously got a lot of experience with tornadoes, and any tornado is bad, particularly if it's a direct hit on something. But just looking at the damage, this may be one of the strongest that we've seen.
2 other people also have died in severe weather outbreaks, one in Oklahoma and another in Iowa. ABC 3340's team coverage continues on what the National Weather Service has labeled a potentially dangerous situation. Also this afternoon, we're going to be looking at what may be happening to the leadership in Jefferson County schools.
Attention injury victims, get real help, get real experience, get real money. Get Norris, 870-8000.
So I'm working on a cistern intake valve, and the guy hands me a lockout wrench.
No way.
I'm like, what is this, a drain pipe slip knot?
Wherever your business takes you, you can save money with Progressive Commercial Auto. We work wherever you work. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Are you worried because nothing is happening in the bedroom? Intimacy can fade away. Don't let it happen to you. Even if Viagra and Cialis haven't worked, men can still have what it takes in about 10 minutes. Call 208-0110 today and return the spark to your relationship. Their board-certified urologist lets you try the medication right there in the office to prove that it works. Just $199 covers your office visit and all testing. Call the Alabama Men's Clinic now at 208-0110. That's 205-208-0110.
I got a little someone back home. Just listen to this. Come on! Charter's always in my hand. Thousands of movies on demand. Had to get rid of that satellite dish. Rain broke her down, Genie, I don't miss. Charter TV, $29.99. 855-755-2999. Oh my, oh my. Internet as fast as the open road. 10 times faster, so I'm in control. Charter Internet for $29.99. 855-755-2999. Unlimited calls with Charter Phone. No fees. Now I call that home. Charter Phone for $29.99. 855-755-2999. 855-755-2999. Charter Triple Play. The freedom to get more.
Take the Jim Skinner Ford Price Challenge this week.
Bring us any price on any new Ford,
and we'll beat your best deal or pay you $100 cash regardless.
The original July 31st Annual World Deer Expo, July 18th through 20th, BJCC.
As I mentioned a few moments ago, by now, school children throughout central Alabama should be back in their homes. Schools dismissed early this afternoon. They got those buses rolling in order to make certain that there were no children on the road when and if severe weather hits in this area. And obviously, we are grateful for that. Right now, ABC 3340's Isaiah Harper is standing by in Alberta in Tuscaloosa. Isaiah, storms with this kind of potential bring back way too many bad memories of what happened just 3 years ago. How's everybody in Tuscaloosa taking all this today?
Well, as you can imagine, Pam, there's a lot of eerie feelings here in Tuscaloosa with the cloudy skies, the sun peeping out at times. It kind of reminds you of that day, April 27th, back in 2011, that the city just remembered on yesterday. As a matter of fact, I'm standing in the heart of where that tornado came through in Alberta. Behind me, you can actually see some of the buildings that have actually been replaced since the storm. A lot of people stopping, talking about what happened back in 2011. The city says that it doesn't expect the same thing to happen this time around. They want people to know that, but yet they want people to be prepared for whatever does happen. They say we probably will get some tornadoes. The mayor held a press conference earlier today. He says that the city on yesterday put into place its incident command actions. That is the group of all city department heads that the mayor organized back in 2011 to be ready at a moment's notice for whatever happens in the city so that they can take action. Taking a look at some video earlier today, you can see the wind was blowing here in Tuscaloosa as it is right now pretty heavily. Again, the mayor says they put in place the incident command actions. They placed trucks, road crews all around the city so that they don't fall into the same situation as they did last time. That's where they had all of the department crews in one location. They took a hit and they could not get out around the city. Let's take a listen at what the EMA says about the potential flooding here in the city of Tuscaloosa.
It depends with the system what gets the 4 to 5 inches, what part of the county. And you start looking at that, there's some areas that are the soil is already very saturated.
And EMA Director David Hardner is talking about the fact that Tuscaloosa could see 4 to 5 inches of rainfall with this particular storm that's coming through later on here this evening. Right now, they just want people to know they need to be prepared for whatever happens. Of course, we'll be here to bring you whatever does happen. Reporting live here in Tuscaloosa, Isaiah Harper, ABC 3340.
All right, Isaiah. Little more than 1 year after Jefferson County's new superintendent of education took the reins, he most likely will relinquish them, possibly as soon as this week or next. The Board of Education apparently has offered to buy out Dr. Stephen Nowlin's contract. That came on Friday. Although neither the superintendent nor the chairman of the school board would comment today, the president of the Jefferson County American Federation of Teachers Union told ABC 3340 Dr. Nowlin, in her words, is not a good fit for the school system. Focus at 4's Haley Westbrook is here. Haley, AFT's president didn't hold anything back in her conversation with you.
She certainly isn't, Pam. Vi Paramore claims many had concerns about the superintendent. Now, a little background, Dr. Nowlin started in that role in January 2013. He still has 2 years left on his contract. Now, over the weekend, we did reach out to Dr. Nowlin regarding the decision. He tells us he wasn't sure why it was made. And Pam, you mentioned today I contacted Jefferson County Schools to follow up, but was told the statement released over the weekend is the only statement the system will make right now, saying the decision is not a result of wrongdoing, simply a difference in philosophy. But the AFT did release a statement this morning supporting the board members' decision. It shed more light on the situation according to the union, and in part it reads, our school district is large. We must have a leader who listens and knows how to bring people together around common goals. It is my opinion that Dr. Nowlin was not a good fit as our superintendent. I know many employees share my views, end quote. That was Vi Paramore. So, Pam, what is next? Well, a severance package for Dr. Nowlin, according to Nez Calhoun with the school system. And she says the board will then vote on that plan. The next board meeting scheduled for May the 8th. And Pam, we may actually hear from some board members at that time.
And you know, I think the one interesting question that everybody is going to ask when they did the search for a superintendent, talking about a difference in philosophy, would that not have been something that the board, in the interview process, would have talked with Dr. Nowlin about, made sure that they were on the same page? This is going to end up costing Jefferson County Schools probably 2 years severance, and that's a lot of money.
Absolutely it is, and hopefully we'll get more answers soon.
All right, we appreciate it. At this hour, at Southside Baptist Church in Birmingham, the Bible is being read from beginning to end, Genesis to Revelation. This is the 4th year Birmingham has participated in this international event. It is designed to have the scripture read in its entirety within 90 hours.
We do this in command to 1 Timothy 4:13, which says, devote yourself to the public reading of Scripture. And so this is one small way that we can accomplish that by just reading God's Word. We believe, because His Word says that it is alive and powerful enough to change lives, and we believe that the very reading of God's Word out loud, where people can hear it, will change lives.
The reading will continue inside Southside Baptist if the weather becomes too severe. The same reading, by the way, is going on at the nation's capital and in locations around the world. It began last night at 6 o'clock. It will conclude May 1st, which is National Day of Prayer. Right now, let's go back to Chief Meteorologist James Spann with the latest on this afternoon's weather conditions.
Well, Pam, again, we stress right now for our television market, there are no severe weather warnings in progress. The warning for Marion County is expired. Those storms are up to the north. Earlier, we had a tornado near Russellville in Franklin County that's moving north, but that's up in the Huntsville television market. Really, the storm of concern, perhaps, is the one that will be approaching Pickens County. Let's go down and look at that big one, Brian. This one down here south of Louisville, Mississippi. That has produced a lot of reports of a tornado. In fact, we can take the output of my iPad. I'll show you what this thing looks like. This is a ground shot of that tornado. And again, this could be a sizable tornado in Winston County, Mississippi. Understand, this is not Winston County, Alabama. This is Winston County, Mississippi. If this holds together, it's going to be a while before it reaches the Alabama western border. These have more of a northerly component of motion. They're moving more to the north instead of the east. So again, it's going to be a while for a lot of you before you see severe weather. So let's go back to the graphic system and let me just show you the radar here. This is Tuscaloosa here, Birmingham, back off behind me. It might be after 7 o'clock before Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden sees any severe weather problems. The immediate concern, these counties right in through here. Now let's go back up to the north, Brian, and show you you again the storms that are a bit closer. We've got this storm up in the northwestern corner of the state. Let's take the radar data off. Let me see if the tornado warning polygon is still there. It is for a small part of Colbert County, east of Florence, east of the Shoals. That's a flash flood warning in effect for parts of Franklin, Colbert, Lauderdale counties. And again, this is out of the county, so that warning is no longer valid. What we're watching are these other supercell storms back in Mississippi. These will likely move up in the same direction, but some of those down here, they might affect counties like Pickens or Lamar if they hold together, but it's going to be a while, Pam. So we'll have much more coming up later in the weather segment. Back to you.
All right, James, and we are going to take a quick break right now, and we will be back with much more as Focus at 4 continues.
Tonight, I am on vacation because I went to KFC and got this 10-piece meal. And the kicker, free lemon cake. Tonight, I am not Mom, I am Paula.
So, Dad, what does that make you?
Dad.
Hey, Madison here from the Dollar Bill and Madison Show. And if you listen to the show, you know that we talk about anything. And that's why I'm sharing this with you. I was feeling moody and tired. I had night sweats. So I went to Hormone Health and Weight Loss, and I'm feeling great. Their natural hormone replacement therapy changed my life. And if you're seeing the signs of your hormones going a little crazy, all you need to do is call for your free consultation.
Or take the test at hormonehealthtest.com.
If you need a new washer and dryer, look at these from Handy. Our most popular pair, the Amana 9-cycle super capacity washer and the 11-cycle super capacity dryer, Handy net price $338 each and even less with trade. If you need something better, here's the Whirlpool Cabrio high efficiency pair. The washer has 11 cycles, stainless steel drum, and LED display. The dryer has Wrinkle Shield plus AccuDry. Our Handy net price is just $484 each. Trade in your old machines and save even more at Handy TV Appliance.
Who will represent you in the Alabama Senate? There are 2 candidates, but only one conservative. Jim McClendon is the only candidate who voted to stop Obamacare, the only candidate who stood up to liberal special interest groups in Montgomery, the only candidate who is a lifelong Republican, and the only candidate we can trust to share our conservative values. 2 candidates, 1 conservative. Jim McClendon.
Come to the TJ Maxx grand opening in Jasper. Get designer brands for you, your family, and even your home. Sunday, May 4th at 8 a.m. at Highway 78 and Airport Road. Get the good stuff at a price you'll love at TJ Maxx.
Room after beautiful room. Find great sale prices store-wide during the amazing Rooms to Go Spring Sale. Get irresistible bargains on special clearance items. Reduced prices on Cindy Crawford Home, the new Sofia Vergara collection, Ultimate TV packages. These are once-a-season price reductions. And to make buying even easier, interest-free financing until January 2017. So come on. We need to make room and you like saving money. So rush to the Rooms to Go Spring Sale today.
Images like these were taken above Interstate 40 in Arkansas, show why no one should be in a vehicle when a tornado warning is in effect. You have heard James say that a million times. A powerful twister shredded cars. It tossed tractor trailers around like they were toys. Focus at 4's Sherry Evans continues our live team weather coverage this afternoon from Bessemer. Sherry, you spoke with the Jefferson County EMA just a short while ago. What advice are you getting from them?
Well, you know, there's no weather issues here in Bessemer yet, but the EMA says, you know, if you are on the road tonight, if you see a tornado, you definitely want to find a safe place very quickly. Now, it could be a hotel, it could be a business. Now, if you can't find a place to go, the EMA says leave your car and find a low-lying place, preferably a ditch. Now, the EMA has set up the Emergency Operations Center on 19th Street North in Birmingham. It will be manned with 20 people at first. It's bringing in police, fire, members of the Sheriff's Office, and Red Cross members. They'll be monitoring the storm for the next several hours.
We have the assets in place to do what we need to do if an emergency arises. Our shift supervisors out at our various substations are prepared to call people in early or hold people over late to handle any kind of situation that may arise. We have personnel assigned to the EMA, to the Emergency Operations Center, to coordinate any kind of response that may be necessary if something bad really happens.
Now, some other good advice, if you are on the road this evening, you definitely want to avoid bridges. the EMA says they're very dangerous to be, a very dangerous place to be when a tornado comes through the area. So definitely avoid bridges, avoid the road if at all possible this evening. Now the Sheriff's Office will be updating information tonight through tweets, so we'll definitely monitor that situation and keep everyone informed. Pam?
And of course, Sherry, you are there right now in Bessemer. I see some wind. Anything else you could use to describe what you are feeling and seeing right now?
You know, Pam, it's actually really nice right now. The wind is blowing. We have seen some more clouds move in. You can see the flag behind me at the car dealership. We're just basically waiting for some rain to move in, but right now, just some windy conditions.
Right, Sherry, we appreciate your report. I want to go back to James Spann if I can right now. James, you are emphasizing right now that at least for our area, for the large cities in central Alabama, we're not going to be seeing anything of any great magnitude, perhaps until 7, 8 o'clock this evening,
Yes, right. It doesn't make a lot of sense, Pam. When you see a lot of this on radar west of the state, you think, hey, we're going to have some immediate problems, but these storms are moving northeast. They're not really moving east, so it's going to be a while. And again, in our state, we have some rain falling in parts of Marion and Winston counties, but there's nothing severe. Those storms have moved north up in the Tennessee Valley. There is a tornado warning for a small sliver of Colbert County, but again, more than likely, that's going to be expiring soon. Our focus is going to be on these storms in Mississippi. And Brian, let's take a look at the storm that is approaching near Louisville, Mississippi. This thing is very dangerous. That storm is prompting a tornado emergency. And Jackson, Mississippi, the Weather Service office there, they issue the impact-based warnings. And the tornado damage threat is called catastrophic in this storm, which they issue if they think it's a strong, violent tornado, an EF4, EF5, hail up to the size of softballs, a confirmed, large, violent, an extremely dangerous tornado is located 6 miles northwest of Stallo, Mississippi, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. In addition to what we have with that hook, there is also a velocity couplet and a TDS. In fact, let's go to the radar that I have behind me. Let me show you what the velocity couplet looks like. This is right here, that violent tornado. This is Louisville, Mississippi. This is Noxapater, Mississippi. This is moving northeast in this direction. If this thing holds together, and again, this is more of a storm that's moving a little bit to the right. This is the Alabama-Mississippi state line. This is Alice. This is Carrollton, and this is Reform, and that storm could possibly impact parts of West Alabama if it holds together in just a little bit. So we're going to watch that very carefully. It's still a long way out there, and like Pam said, the one thing we want to stress, because of the slow eastward progression of all of this for Birmingham and Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden, is probably going to be after 6 and probably after 7 before we have any issues. And if you're in East Alabama, might be after 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. The core threat, the highest risk, will be for the next few hours over central Mississippi and the northwestern corner of Alabama. So again, that is a storm that's prompted a tornado warning. In fact, Brian, if we can put the warnings back on this thing, we'll take off the radar data, zoom it out. Let me see all the warnings. We'll count them for you. In Mississippi, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tornado polygons in Mississippi, and we have the 5th one that's up there just to the east of Florence and Muscle Shoals in Alabama. There's a tornado watch in effect until 9 for a pretty good chunk of north and west Alabama for areas north and west of Birmingham. Much more on this weather coming up in just a little bit, so don't go away.
Attention injury victims. It's time to get smart and get tough. Most people are no match for a trained insurance adjuster. It takes smart, tough lawyers to get you all the money you deserve for your injuries. Smart is knowing all your legal rights. Tough is enforcing every one of them. If you've been injured and it wasn't your fault, don't let an insurance adjuster squeeze you out. Call Norris Injury Lawyers. Get real. Get Norris. 870-8000.
We are here with the Pasquales who are looking to save money on their wireless plans. Right, guys?
Yes.
And Olivia's going to tell us about it.
Our lowest price unlimited plan is only $39.88 a month.
Really?
No way.
And that's with unlimited talk, text, and web, right?
Yep.
That means you can talk, text, and surf the web whenever you want. And no contract.
Right. No contract? That's great.
She sounds happy.
Definitely.
I said I'd hook you up, right?
Start saving today with Walmart Family Mobile. Our lowest priced unlimited plans. Only at Walmart.
As busy moms, we don't get a lot of downtime. So the guys lent us their blinds to do some hunting and help us find our zen.
I bagged us these Zen Station salads.
Whoa. I hunted down the Zaxby's out here. You don't think they'll mind we redecorated, huh?
Nah.
The sensation salad is back. Chicken fingers on mixed greens with crispy wonton strips, Asian slaw, honey sesame sauce, and a veggie egg roll. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Your attention, please. Sticks and Stuff is closing their doors forever. Now management orders further extreme markdowns during the massive going out of business total liquidation. And we mean everything must go off the floor and out the door. Living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture, mattresses, nothing's held back. All remaining inventory must be evacuated, liquidated, and eliminated, regardless of cost or loss. Nobody, but nobody can beat going out of business prices. Hurry, time is running out on the massive going out of business total liquidation at every Sticks and Stuff location.
I'm Paul DeMarco. Do you want to change Washington? Here's how. In the state legislature, I never voted for or took a pay raise. I'll support a bill that cuts off congressmen's salaries unless they pass a budget. Put a leash on the IRS. Stop targeting conservatives. A fair, flatter tax code will help. And never increase the debt without decreasing spending. I'm Paul DeMarco. I approve this message because I'll fight for what we believe, no matter what.
Your home, your health. Your family, your life. What matters to you is now in Focus at 4.
And we welcome you back to Focus at 4. Severe weather definitely to our west. The potential for it still here in Alabama as well. Chief Meteorologist James Spann is in the Weather Center bringing us the latest. James, you were just telling me during the break that we now have confirmation of a number of injuries in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah, we've got reports of injuries. First off in Tupelo, and this storm was much earlier today. This was an hour and a half ago almost. That violent storm came through Tupelo, producing some significant damage. There's been damage to homes, businesses, a hotel. Vehicles have been overturned. There have been reports of injuries there. And again, this is coming from good sources. A mall was hit, a restaurant was hit, and again, a motel and some homes. The other big issue we've got is this storm right here. This is what could be a violent tornado. In fact, the Weather Service in Jackson, Mississippi is calling a tornado emergency on this. This is a large storm that is passing between Louisville and Noxapater, Mississippi. Let's pull up that radar that I've got by me, and let me just show you that real quickly on the velocity couplet. This is coming off the Apple TV source. We can do that. Thanks. This is Louisville. This is Noxapater, Mississippi, and that's that extreme couplet moving northeast. And let me just show you the state line. The thing is, this is moving at only like 35 miles an hour. This is the state line, Pickens County, Sumter County, Lamar County. That's US 82 right here coming through Gordo and Reform. If this makes it over here to Pickens County, it's going to be quite a while, but that is certainly a storm worth watching. We've had reports of entrapment, injuries, major, if not severe damage, and the Weather Service is saying that tornado could produce catastrophic damage as it comes through Winston County, Mississippi. And again, we want to stress this is Winston County, Mississippi, not Winston County, Alabama. We'll go back to the other graphic source, and again, that's the velocity couplet right there. And again, that's splitting the difference between Louisville and Noxapater, Mississippi. So that's really the closest violent storm to our state. We're watching it carefully, Pam. We'll have much more in our next segment. Back to you.
All right, James, we appreciate it. Of course, we have crews all across the state right now ready to cover whatever nature unleashes. Two of our reporters are in the area that is now under a tornado watch until approximately 9 o'clock this evening. Marissa Mitchell is in the Haleyville area in Winston County. Candace Sweat is in Hamilton in Marion County. Let's go first to Candace. The city has done what it can do. Candace, give us the latest.
Pam, we're here at the Hamilton Fire Station right now. Just wrapped up speaking with Mayor Wade Williams. They have several volunteers here standing by. They have emergency crews standing by. I want to step out of the way, though, and show you this. It's an underground shelter. There were families actually inside of this shelter. It can hold about 25 people. There were families, mothers, fathers, their children coming in and out of this shelter. This is here for anybody and people who want to come and in a safe place. But Mayor Williams also tells me there are 3 other storm shelters open here in Hamilton. There are 2 across the street from the rec center, and the rec center itself has a basement. So in case any family members or any families here need a place to go, they can come here. They can go to the rec center where they have 2 across the street, or go inside of the rec center where he tells me they have a basement. He says after 3 years after what happened in Tuscaloosa, they certainly want to make sure their families are safe.
Well, we were just always conscious of the weather, especially since 3 years ago yesterday when the tornadoes came through Hackleburg and Tuscaloosa. So that makes us probably more weather alert than we might have been in the past. But just trying to keep our family safe.
And Pam, I want to say that the rain is starting to come down. We see an overcast here above us. We were headed up to Hackleburg, but we actually had to turn around and come back here where we could get a good signal to give you all a report. But I'm happy to report that it's pretty much a ghost town here. People are certainly taking heed. They're taking precautionary measures, coming to their safe places, going inside of their homes. So everybody's taking heed. Everybody's taking action here. And we are standing by just in case weather does hit Hamilton. Pam?
All right, Candace, thank you. And that's the best news we could hear. Let's turn now to Marissa Mitchell, who is in Haleyville this afternoon. Marissa, you showed us an amazing number of individuals who have already gone to seek shelter from this. EMA is activated there. First responders are standing by.
Pam, families are certainly not taking this weather threat lightly. Take a look at this room. Even more people since we showed you at the top of the hour. Now it's packed, and I'm told it holds about 350 people. Now you're looking at the people inside the building. I'm told there are dozens more waiting outside to come in. Now there are 4 other safe rooms in the area that each hold 96 people, and I've included a list of all of those as well as their addresses on our website at abc3340.com. Now, Haleyville police and fire crews have also set up a command unit inside of this building. It's on 21st Street, right behind the McDonald's. Now, it has a generator and a backup one if something happens to that one. And I've spoken with people here who live in apartments and mobile homes, and they say they had to make their way to a safe place, especially since they don't know what tonight's weather may bring.
I'm terrified that we're going to have some real bad weather. And I worry about my family.
And there are families, neighbors, people here just comforting each other tonight. And the city has provided not only shelter, but food, water, blankets, other things to comfort the people here at this safe room on 21st Street. Pam?
Marissa, I also understand that you've learned the Red Cross is making preparations for that area in case those preps are needed.
They are. I'm told, a director told me that they have 18 people who are part of the disaster team that are ready to just target this area, Winston County specifically. And in the event there is damage tonight, they will be ready to go out tomorrow and to also open up some community shelters as well. They said they have agreements with 12 places to provide help there, but certainly we hope we won't need that help overnight.
That is indeed our hope and prayer. Marissa Mitchell, thank you very much. Focus at 4's Edward Birch continues our team coverage now. He is in Jasper in Walker County. And again, this is a wait and see situation right now, just keeping everyone, though, at the ready.
Absolutely, Pam. Now, just in the last 45 minutes, it has gotten considerably darker up here in Jasper. You can see that to our west, it has gotten a little bit darker. The wind is picking up. We're even starting to feel a little bit of raindrops that are falling on us right now. The temperature also, you could feel a few degrees. It's gotten a little bit cooler just here within the last hour. Now, earlier this afternoon, when the tornado watch was issued for the area, the Emergency Management Agency started up its Emergency Operations Center at the downtown courthouse annex. It's currently staffed with 2 workers answering the phones, and many people are calling just with questions about the weather, wanting to know what time frame that it might.
We're in constant contact with the National Weather Service. They keep us updated pretty regularly if there's something headed towards our county specifically. We're in constant contact with our elected officials to let them know what's coming and if they need to have their district workers ready to go out and respond. And we'll be in touch with our fire departments and law enforcement as well.
Now, Myers tells Ed today that there are some 27 fire departments in Walker County. All are ready to respond in the event of severe weather. The American Red Cross, also in Walker County, has dozens of volunteers on standby. They have also been contacted and have been contacting more than a dozen shelters in that area just to have everybody on standby for whatever is needed as this evening progresses. Our team weather coverage continues here on Focus at 4 in just a moment.
Did you know you may not have to wait for the annual enrollment period to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan? If you have Medicare and Medicaid or have a lower income, you can enroll at any time. Call a Cigna HealthSpring advisor now to see if you're eligible. 1-877-722-1803. You may also qualify if you're turning 65 or recently moved. Cigna HealthSpring offers all the benefits of Original Medicare and more, including vision and dental coverage. If you're on Medicare and Medicaid, call now to receive a free information kit, including benefits in your area and plan comparisons. Join the 2 million who get more from Medicare and more from life with a Medicare Advantage plan from Cigna HealthSpring. Call 1-877-722-1803 today.
Are you worried because nothing is happening in the bedroom? Intimacy can fade away. Don't let it happen to you. Even if Viagra and Cialis haven't worked, men can still have what it takes in about 10 minutes. Call 208-0110 today and return the spark to your relationship. Their board-certified urologist lets you try the medication right there in the office to prove that it works. Just $199 covers your office visit and all testing. Call the Alabama Men's Clinic now at 208-0110. That's 205-208-0110.
Here's the new Frigidaire Energy Star Super Capacity Washer with 8 cycles and stainless steel drum, and the Ultra Capacity Dryer with wrinkle release. Our handy net price $3.99 each, even less with trade. You can trade in your old appliance toward the purchase of any new appliance at Handy. This Frigidaire top freezer is handy net priced at $4.48. The big 26 side-by-side, $7.96.40. And yes, even these low prices are less with trade at Handy TV Appliance.
TV Appliance saves you money. It's a fact.
I'm a pharmacist,
I'm a nurse,
a land surveyor,
a paralegal.
I was the best brick mason.
Fibromyalgia. I just couldn't work with the pain anymore.
I've battled depression and anxiety for years.
I never thought that someone would have to be filing legal forms for me.
If your disability benefits are declined,
You won't find a more capable firm
then Pitts in Cincinnati.
Pitts and Cincinnati.
Pitts in Cincinnati.
Pitts and Cincinnati.
They're winners in my book.
We're going to go back to Chief Meteorologist James Spann in just a moment, but as James has been telling us all afternoon now, it would appear that here in central Alabama, we are looking at the worst of the storms hitting us between 6, 7, 8, even 9 o'clock this evening. But nobody wanted to take a chance on that time frame this afternoon. Our schools let out early. Even some businesses decided to let employees go early just in order to get as many vehicles as possible off the highways before the storms hit. Focus at 4's Larry Miller joins us now from Highway 280 in Shelby County. Larry, are you seeing a heavier than usual traffic flow right now?
Yeah, Pam, we're actually starting to see more traffic on the road, significantly a lot more traffic compared to about 30 minutes, even an hour ago. I just got off the phone with EMA Director Hub Harvey, with Shelby County. He tells me that the city is ready for the storm to strike. Now, they're expecting the brunt of the storm to actually strike areas west and north of Shelby County, meaning that the county could dodge a bullet potentially, but of course they'll have to watch the situation very closely. They have a number of storm shelters in place ready to go for people should they need them. They're in Columbiana, Benson, Westover City. There's also a storm shelter behind the West Shelby Fire Department. Let me give you a look at 280 right now and show you the traffic.
We apologize. We have bad audio right there with Larry, but as you could see, because individuals are trying to get home earlier than normal, traffic has increased along Highway 280. Again, just know where you would go if indeed severe weather hits and you have just moments to decide what to do. Have that plan ready. Now, in fact, about an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago, a number of supercell storms started firing over Mississippi. We know that there was a violent storm in Tupelo. We know that there are now injuries in Tupelo. A restaurant was hit, a mall was hit, a tractor trailer just thrown around. That was in Tupelo. Also in Winston County, Mississippi, not Winston County, Alabama, Winston County, Mississippi, near Louisville in Mississippi. There apparently is a very strong storm right now over that area. And James will have more on that in just a moment. A massive tornado, a half-mile wide, cut an 80-mile path of destruction through suburban Little Rock, Arkansas on Sunday. At least 14 people we know are dead. That death toll certainly expected to climb. Governor Mike Beebe says that the state is still trying to get a handle on just how many people are still missing there. Rescue crews are going door to door searching for survivors.
It is a slow process because we've got people and dogs going through the rubble and trying to find whoever we can and whatever we can.
Storm-related deaths also have been reported in Oklahoma and in Iowa. Dozens more were injured in Kansas, Oklahoma, and in Missouri. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist James Spann right now. James, certainly everybody watching with great interest what's happening in Mississippi right now.
Yeah, and so far so good for our part of the state, Pam. All of the action has been north and west of here. Let's start with what's happening up north. We have a new tornado warning that was issued by the National Weather Service in Huntsville. This is the only tornado warning in effect for our state, and you can see this kind of rides right along the Tennessee River. This includes the northern part of Lawrence County, southeastern tip of Lauderdale, parts of Limestone, for a possible tornado that is east of the Shoals. And again, that's up in the Huntsville television market. Just wanted to let you know that that has been issued there. We saw a tweet from the Russellville police in Franklin County. Russellville had some damage earlier this afternoon from what could have been a tornado. Some people apparently saw that. A tornado warning was issued. I'm not fully aware of the extent of the damage. It didn't sound overly serious, but some damage in Russellville. But most of the really serious action is off to the west of here, and this is the big one. Let's put the radar data back on, Brian. The tornado that is just now coming through Louisville, Mississippi, has been causing really serious damage. This has been a life-threatening type storm. This thing is all wrapped up, and it's located right here. It's now east of Louisville. Another tornado is forming southwest of Louisville. This is moving northeast, and this is Winston County, Mississippi. We stress, as Pam said, this is not Winston County, Alabama. So Louisville has taken one hit, and it looks like they could be taking another hit with that storm right here. So a double blow to the community of Louisville. Now, over here, this is Pickens County, Alabama. Aliceville sits right here. This is Alabama Highway 17. That's the main north-south highway through West Alabama. And you can see that this thing is not that far away, but the prime component of motion is more north instead of east. And this is not moving as fast as some of the other storms. The bottom line is it's going to take a while to get there if it makes it at all. But if you're watching us in Pickens County, you need to be aware that we have potential for a storm that has been producing a tornado in Winston County, Mississippi. We'll see how it crosses Highway 45. And again, it's got an hour and 7 minutes here. Might be longer than that. We'll just have to wait and see. The other issue is, will it hold together? The dynamic forcing is much better in Mississippi compared to Alabama. Of course, everything is slowly shifting east with time. But again, as we've talked about today, the core threat is going to be in that high-risk zone from central Mississippi all the way up into northwest Alabama. So that's tornado number one. Tornado number two, that is a double blow coming in for Louisville. A very horrible story down there. Let's look at the storm that is closer to the Alabama border, Brian. This is the one that is right here. This has prompted a tornado warning near Amory, Mississippi. And again, this is Lamar County, Alabama. And really, this is the closest tornado to the state right now. This is Marion County. This is Lamar County. And that is your tornado indication right there near Amory. These storms have shown pretty significant tornado indications throughout the day. Of course, we've had major damage in Tupelo and other parts of Mississippi, so we have to take these things pretty seriously. But this is another example of these supercell type storm structures that we're seeing here. And if we can take the radar I have here, the high-resolution radar, this will be a different look at this. And again, that's that hook right there. That's Amory. That is Smithville, Mississippi. This town was hit very hard 3 years ago. This is the state line. If this thing can hold together, it could impact extreme northern Lamar or maybe parts of western Marion counties. It remains to be seen if it can hold together. This is the velocity product on that. And again, you can see evidence of the storm rotation. So there's a tornado warning in effect just west of Lamar and Marion counties. We'll watch all of this, much more weather coming up after this as Focus at 4 continues.
You've heard of secondhand smoke, but secondhand stress?
Stress is contagious.
Did you know you can catch it from a total stranger? And moms even pass it on to their babies. The surprising experiment, this week only on World News with Diane Sawyer on ABC.
Wherever your day is headed, start with Ebony and Sherry on Good Morning Alabama. For breaking news, start here. For live traffic with Sam, start here. And for weather, start here with Charles. Weekdays starting at 4:30 on ABC 3340.
Exquisite, exceptional, and surprisingly affordable. Come to the TJ Maxx grand opening in Jasper. Get designer brands for you, your family, and even your home. At the TJ Maxx grand opening at Highway 78 and Airport Road in Jasper. Sunday, May 4th at 8 a.m. Come in and be wowed. Get the good stuff at a price you'll love. at TJ Maxx.
Hand-battered tender strips. Sweet maple waffle bites. Hand-battered tender strips and sweet maple waffle bites. It'll change your life. Introducing Church's Chicken and Waffle Bites. Get 3 all-white meat tender strips and 5 maple waffle bites for just $3.49. Only at Church's.
If you need a new washer and dryer, look at these from Handy. Our most popular pair, the Amana 9-cycle super capacity washer and the 11-cycle super capacity dryer, Handy net price $338 each and even less with trade. If you need something better, here's the Whirlpool Cabrio high efficiency pair. The washer has 11 cycles, stainless steel drum and LED display. The dryer has Wrinkle Shield plus AccuDry. Our Handy net price is just $484 each. Trade in your old machines and save even more at Handy TV Appliance.
You've always been a hard worker. You've always paid your Social Security, but now you can't work because of an injury, illness, or disease. You can receive disability benefits such as cancer, depression, back injuries, and more. Call the Mike Slocum Law Firm if you have questions about your disability benefits. The call is free, the advice is free. Call the Mike Slocum Law Firm, 1-800-915-5000.
After a storm, we are inundated with companies who try to take advantage of those who have to make repairs or rebuild damaged homes. The storms are bad enough. Don't let the door knockers make it worse.
Blair Remodeling has helped homeowners since 1965, and we're the only Alabama company to receive GAF's Triple Excellence in President Club Awards. We'll handle insurance claims or work with you to get interest-free financing.
When you have storm damage, don't let trouble come knocking. Call the ones who care. Call Blair.
We want to go back to Focus at 4's Larry Miller, who is joining us from Shelby County along Highway 280 right now. Larry, you had a bad mic cable a few moments ago. We're glad you're straightened out now. You told us then that you were definitely seeing traffic pick up. The beauty of this is that everybody's going to have time to get home before we face any kind of heavy rain or severe weather here tonight.
Well, absolutely, because the weather really not expected to take a major turn here within maybe in an hour to 2 hours when we can start to see some significant changes. We are starting to see, however, maybe just a few showers, very light, but the clouds pretty ominous and dark here. Let me give you another look at 280 to show you just what we've been seeing. Traffic, again, starting to pick up within the hour. It's even maybe another hour before that one as well. Just to give you an example, we did speak with the EMA director, Hub Harvey, with Shelby County, to talk with him about the storm. He says that he expects much of the storm to have the greatest impact areas north and west of Shelby County, meaning that the county could potentially dodge a bullet in all of this, but of course we have to wait and see what happens there. Storm shelters are open and ready for people should they be needed. They're in Columbiana, Vincent, Westover City. There's also one behind the West Shelby Fire Department as well. He tells me that emergency officials here in the county are on high alert and they are ready for the storm to make its way here. But he says the best advice they can give to people that live in Shelby County is to go home and hunker down because we are in for a pretty long evening. Pam?
Larry, thank you very much. Larry Miller reporting from Shelby County along Highway 280. The important thing to remember in all of this, and I know when we come back from break, James will emphasize this again, this is simply round one. Tomorrow, we are standing a potential of more severe weather. He's going to be talking about that. We're going to go to break, and James will join us again in just a moment.
You know me. I'm Charles Tyler Clark, and I've been handling Social Security disability claims for your family, your friends, and your neighbors for over 45 years. Do you know the #1 reason most people don't get their disability benefits? They give up too soon. If you've been turned down for disability and you truly can't work, don't give up. I sincerely believe I can help you. Call me today and we will get through this together.
Are you worried because nothing is happening in the bedroom? Intimacy can fade away. Don't let it happen to you. Even if Viagra and Cialis haven't worked, men can still have what it takes in about 10 minutes. Call 208-0110 today and return the spark to your relationship. Their board-certified urologist lets you try the medication right there in the office to prove that it works. Just $199 covers your office visit and all testing. Call the Alabama Men's Clinic now at 208-0110. That's 205-208-0110.
Your attention, please. Sticks and Stuff is closing their doors forever. Now management orders further extreme markdowns during the massive going out of business total liquidation. And we mean everything must go off the floor and out the door. Living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture, mattresses, nothing's held back. All remaining inventory must be evacuated, liquidated, and eliminated, regardless of cost or loss. Nobody, but nobody can beat going out of business prices. Hurry, time is running out on the massive going out of business total liquidation at every Sticks and Stuff location.
All this week on Wheel, we're celebrating 6,000 episodes. Take a look back.
We're here to have fun tonight. We're here to Wing Chun tonight.
Happy 6,000.
Thanks, America.
Plus, the Millionaire Maker Sweepstakes is here. Grab your game pieces and watch Wheel to see if you're one of the 20 lucky winners to win 50 grand. You could go on to win $1 million at Caesar's Palace. Go to wheeloffortune.com for details and official rules.
Tonight at 6:30.
Barons Baseball is back at Regions Field. Join us this Saturday night for Trace DeMaio as the Barons take on the Mobile Bay Bears at 6:30. The first 500 fans in attendance will receive free nachos from Golden Flake, and the first 1,000 kids through the gates will receive a kid's t-shirt courtesy of Edwards Chevrolet. One lucky fan will also win a grill from All South Appliance. For tickets and parking information, visit us online at barons.com. Birmingham Barons Baseball. Be part of the magic.
Don't text and drive in Hamilton. It's the law.
The most significant activity in the state right now is this thunderstorm that is producing a tornado near the Tennessee River southeast of Rogersville. Let's take the high-res radar. It has a much better look at this. That is a very, very violent tornado circulation. This is in Alabama. This is up in the Tennessee Valley, and this is coming up into Limestone County. This is Athens. That is Elkmont. That is Interstate 65. That's the Tennessee state line right here. This is a tornado that is showing a very large TDS, a tornado debris signature. We'll change to the correlation coefficient product, and again, right there is the spot where there's a minimum, and that represents debris that is being lofted. So that is a confirmed what could be a large tornado that is down right now up in the Tennessee Valley. That's the reflectivity. We'll put it back on the velocity, and again, that clearly shows that tornado. We're in contact with the Weather Service in Huntsville, and right, just got reports of damage at the Bay Hill Marina. This tornado has come across the Tennessee River, and what's interesting, as it does that, it becomes a waterspout for a brief time. But again, damage to the Bay Hill Marina on the Tennessee River. There are power lines down. There are trees down. This is in Limestone County. And again, this is a very significant tornado. The tornado warning polygon is now being extended. In a minute, you'll see this being extended out. That will include the city of Athens. More than likely, this is going to pass along Interstate 65 between Elkmont and Athens. But if you happen to be watching or listening to this by stream, we advise no travel along Interstate 65 between Athens and the Tennessee state line for about the next 45 minutes until this thing clears out of there. That is a very well wrapped up, perhaps very significant tornado. The tornado debris signature extends to about 8,600 feet. That's the debris that has been lofted up to almost 9,000 feet. That's very significant. And again, the tornado warning for Limestone County will continue until 5:30 this afternoon. Damage has been confirmed. The tornado moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. So again, this is the most significant storm of the day for Alabama, this thing right here. And again, that is a very, very strong couplet coming off the Huntsville radar. So if you happen to be watching us by stream in Limestone County, anywhere from Athens to the Tennessee state line, be in a safe place. No travel along I-65 north of Athens to the Tennessee state line until this passes. And if it continues, it might affect Madison. The 5 o'clock news starts in 1 minute. You stay with us.
No hassle, no haggle car buying for over 15 years. That's Ronnie Watkins Ford in Gadsden. No gimmicks, no high-pressure deals. Just great prices and friendliness. Where Alabama shops Ford. RonnieWatkinsFord.com.
At Granite Transformations, we created a quick and easy recipe for kitchen and bath remodeling. First, we start with beautiful, better than granite surfaces that are heat, stain, and scratch resistant. Next, our dedicated team crafts and installs right over your existing surfaces, so there's no messy demolition. We then finish each job with complete customer satisfaction to create a place where memories are built that last a lifetime. Call Granite Transformations for a free design consultation.
No hassle, no haggle car buying for over 15 years. That's Ronnie Watkins Ford in Gadsden. No gimmicks, no high-pressure deals. Just great prices and friendly service. Where Alabama shops Ford. RonnieWatkinsFord.com.
Live from Alabama's news leader, this is ABC 3340 News at 5.
All eyes on the weather radar as a powerful storm continues to make its way to the state of Alabama. Now, the storm system is bringing with it rain, wind, and tornadoes. This is brand new video into our newsroom of a funnel out in Tupelo, Mississippi. A tornado touched down this afternoon. The Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center declared a tornado emergency for 3 counties around Tupelo. And that's not the only trail of destruction. This storm is proven to be deadly. At least 16 people were killed in 3 states. Now, that storm is moving through Mississippi and making its way into our state. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist James Spann for the very latest on the storm. James?
Linda, we've got a tornado now in the Tennessee Valley in extreme North Alabama. This is what could be a very significant tornado that is located east of Rogersville. This is Athens. This is Elkmont. This tornado seems to be moving more due east instead of northeast. It looks like it's taken a turn to the right, so this tornado is going to be tracking toward the city of Athens, maybe just north of there. So this is a tornado warning. Tornado on the ground north of Cortland. Okay, got a tornado on the ground north of Cortland now. So again, this is a very serious tornado situation for our friends up in the Tennessee Valley. This is Limestone County. If you know people there, send them a text message, give them a call. Anybody in Athens, all the way to Elkmont, we advise people to be in a safe place until this passes. And again, no travel along I-65 between Athens and the Tennessee state line. That is a tornado warning for Limestone County. Now, let's go to a larger graphic coming off our main graphic system. And this shows. Okay, we have a tornado warning now for Lamar and Marion, so we're going to have to go on the air. This is one of our counties, so we are now going to go into continuous weather coverage. This is the first tornado warning in effect for our designated market area, the DMA. So let's take that radar data off and let me show the people who's in and who's out. Let's zoom in really tight to the polygon, Brian. Obviously, the city of Hamilton is in, and we've got a crew in Hamilton. I'm going to check with them here in just a moment. Hackleburg is in. It's up here in the far end of this tornado warning polygon. But this is the area that is involved. It includes parts of northern Lamar County, including Detroit along Highway 17. So if you live in Hamilton, now is the time to go to a safe place. Small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows, no mobile homes, no cars. This is when you need to implement your tornado plan. So this is the first tornado warning of the day that includes counties in our designated market area, the DMA. Let me go to the high-resolution radar again. I'll show you what we've got here. This is the circulation right here. This is the state line. That's Detroit, which is in northern Lamar County. That's Hamilton in Marion County. Of course, you've got Corridor X, Interstate 22, that runs right in through here, and that circulation is moving northeast. That is not the tightest circulation we've seen today, but the Weather Service, based on the atmospheric conditions, they believe that a tornado warning in this case is the best course of action. We're hearing of some damage that has occurred with this tornado back when it came through Amory, Mississippi. And again, that's your couplet right there. So this is moving northeast up in the direction of northern Lamar and Marion County. So the tornado warning does include Lamar and Marion counties until 5:30 this afternoon. So again, since Marion County is in our designated market area, this is when we go on the air and we stay on the air. And we will do that until the warning is canceled or the warning expires. Then we can get back to the regular newscast. And Brian, this is been a long day for our friends in Mississippi. We have had a lot of tornado activity there. We've had damage in Tupelo. We have had damage in Louisville, Mississippi. And to my knowledge, I've heard of nobody injured so far. Have you?
In Tupelo, yes.
Okay.
In Tupelo, yes.
Okay.
And there's also been damage reported in Amory that is coming in, which was a tornado probably a little bit earlier.
Right. And this is the storm that is producing the warning right now for Marion County. So again, a tornado warning for northern Lamar and parts of Marion counties. Let's go back to the graphic system. And again, the one thing, and by the way, this is the Hamilton Skycam. As you can see, we've got the Skycam at Hamilton High School, and we're going to be looking right into this thing. But this is the polygon. One of the things we learned 3 years ago, people don't understand polygon warnings. We thought that you did, and a lot of people don't, and that's probably our fault for not explaining it. If you hear that Marion County is under a tornado warning, that doesn't mean the whole county. If you hear Lamar County is under a tornado warning, doesn't mean the whole county. And here's a great example. If you live in Lamar County, in Sulligent, in Vernon, in Millport, or in Kennedy, you are not in any warning. You don't need to do anything. The polygon only includes the community of Detroit in this far northern part of the county right here. This is why we understand that people having a hard time with this, because in a lot of cases, people hear the warning and they start going through their safety plans where they really don't have to. If you're not in the polygon, you don't need to do anything. So again, if you're in Vernon, in Sulligent, in Kennedy or Millport, you are fine. There's no issues right now from this storm. It is for the extreme northern part of the county, and again, this part of Marion County, which does include the city of Hamilton, the city of Hackleburg is involved, the city of Brilliant is involved, Winfield is not, Ewen is not. And again, that's another good case study here. If you are in Winfield, I'm sorry, Brilliant is not in the warning polygon. I misspoke. Brilliant is here. So Brilliant, Winfield, Ewen, you are not under a tornado warning. You don't need to do anything right now. But if you are in Hamilton, yes. Now let's go back to our Skycam. This is the Skycam at Hamilton High School. And Brian, I think we have 2 Hamilton Skycams available. We've got the other one now working as well. We are looking back to the west, and we're going to watch this carefully as it comes in. That's the Jasper Skycam. I think there's one called Strata Station in there, which is the other Hamilton Skycam. That's the one right there. So we have 2 different views of this storm as it moves in. And again, we're going to watch the weather parameters very carefully, obviously. We're going to be watching the spotter reports. It is very important, but boy, I'm seeing some of the damage coming out of Mississippi, and it looks pretty rough. And if we have a second, we'll show some of that. One of the things we do here in our coverage, we focus on ongoing severe weather. There's been a lot of damage today, and as we have time, we'll focus on that. But again, it's our job here to focus on the ongoing storms in the state of Alabama, specifically in our markets. So this is a tornado warning that is in effect for parts of extreme northern Lamar and Marion counties. And I'd say it's going to enter that spot where Hamilton or for Marion and Lamar counties come together in about 10 minutes. I wanted to quickly here go back up to this storm that is located up in the Tennessee Valley of extreme North Alabama. This thing is really dangerous. Let's go back to the high-res radar behind me. And I'm just saying now that that could be a very, very significant tornado. And that is going to be passing over the northern part of Athens and crossing Interstate 65. So I just wanted to stress, if you know people up in here, nobody should be along this highway. Nobody should be along Interstate 65 between, say, Athens and the Tennessee state line. Ardmore is right up here. The Tennessee state line is right above that. So that is a tornado that is moving in the direction of Madison County. But that thing is getting very close to Athens. So if you know anybody in Athens, if you live in Athens, if you're watching us on the live stream, you need to be in a safe place. And you know the deal. Small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. And again, you can see the tremendous rotation. One more product before we take the live shot. This is the correlation coefficient product. That is called a TDS, a tornado debris signature. If you're familiar with radar technology, you're learning about this. This is brand new. But what this means, we have debris that is being lofted, and the radar can identify that. It notices the difference in the target, and that's shrapnel, boards, bricks, glass, nails, and the debris is up to almost 9,000 feet. So this should be a very significant tornado. And again, that's moving in this direction right in through here. So this is a tornado warning for Limestone County up in the Tennessee Valley. And again, we're watching the data coming in from Huntsville. 120 knots of rotational velocity near Clements, very deep debris signatures. And again, you're looking at it right here. The media needs to hit this hard. The Weather Service in Huntsville is saying this could be a killer tornado. And that's not my words. That's the words of the National Weather Service in Huntsville. So this is a very urgent situation. What could be a large tornado is moving across the northern part of the city of Athens up here in the Tennessee Valley. So again, I wanted to show you that. We're going to have to bounce back and forth between different storms today, but we're going to focus on our storm in our designated market area, which is the storm that is coming down into parts of Marion and extreme northern Lamar counties. Going to change this back to the Columbus, Mississippi next, Rad. That's a pretty good looking hook right there, Brian.
It certainly is. And James, the National Weather Service in Birmingham has added to the tornado warning for Marion County to include the western part of the county for the possibility of large hail with that supercell. The tornado, of course, is the important part, or the most important part and the most damaging part, but large hail can be a problem too. So there's actually a severe thunderstorm warning, and that's what the polygon is showing here, with the yellow polygon in the northwest part of Marion County, indicating that that area is under the risk of damaging hail with that supercell, James.
Goodness. Okay. So again, this is what could be a tornado right here coming up on the community of Detroit. This is in northern Lamar County. If you are in the community of Detroit, anywhere up and down Highway 17, you need to be in a safe place. And again, the worst possible place to be, it would be a mobile home or a vehicle. If you're in a car and if you're on Highway 17 south of Hamilton, we want you to just stop and find some type of structure, whether it's a gas station, a store, anything that offers better shelter than a vehicle. You want to be out of that. Want to check the velocity display. And again, you can see that there's clear rotation right there in that spot. Right there would be the heaviest velocity couplet, and again, that's going to be crossing the state line. This is Hamilton right here. We'll put back on the standard reflectivity display. So we do have what could be a very significant tornado near Athens up in the Tennessee Valley. That is covered by the Huntsville television stations. It is our job to take care of these counties, and we'll do that. So again, Hamilton here, Detroit here, that's the possible tornado right there. We'll go back to our graphic system, and again, this shows the actual polygon, and you can see that Hackleburg is included. Of course, Hackleburg was hit so hard 3 years ago. It does not include Brilliant. And again, I stress, if you live in Guin or Winfield or Brilliant, you are not in a tornado warning. You might hear there's a tornado warning for Marion County, but we got away from county-based warnings how long ago, Brian? Eight years ago, 7 or 8?
Approximately, yes.
Yes, so understand, it's just for a part of the county. Hamilton, you're right in the middle of this, and again, everybody in Hamilton should be in a safe place. Haleyville is not in a warning, but I understand we have live images of the shelter there, the community storm shelter, and it's probably jam-packed. These are people that are in a community storm shelter in Haleyville up in the northwest corner of Winston County. And you know, that's probably not the most pleasant experience when you got jam-packed people back to back. You've got kids in there, but that is a safe place where a strong, violent tornado could cross that shelter and everybody would be just fine. And as I say over and over, we can build you another house, but we can't build another you. You've got to take care of yourself, and that's what they're doing there. But again, we stress, there is no warning in effect for Winston County, none whatsoever. The warning is in effect for Marion and northern Lamar. Let's go to the Hamilton Skycam, and while we look at the Skycam, we've got Candace Sweat, who is live up there. Candace, what can you tell us about the weather conditions in Hamilton?
Well, James, we're seeing a lot of lightning, hearing a lot of thunder here. We have, fortunately, a lot of families coming out to the Hamilton Fire Department, taking shelter in their underground safe place. I'm also told by the mayor that there are actually three other shelters set up in Hamilton. If you go to the rec center on 5th Avenue, there's 2 shelters across the street from there. Also, the rec center itself has a basement that they are encouraging people to go into. But again, we are hearing thunder, we're seeing lightning, and fortunately, people are heeding these warnings. They're coming out, they're taking their families out to their safe place. We have emergency crews standing by here at the fire station ready in case anything happens, and they are needed. And we are actually, our crew is actually taking cover as well, James.
Okay, Candace, and you guys be safe. That's the key thing. And again, we're watching the Skycam here coming from Hamilton High School. And again, note the dew point sitting at 70. And Brian, you might pan around just a little bit, and we'll just kind of get a panorama of the sky if we can do that. Again, this is what it looks like coming from the Skycam. And remember, the possibility of a tornado, we're not going to see it right off the bat. That tornado is more than likely near Detroit in northern Lamar County. But again, this is kind of a look at the sky scene as coming from the Skycam. That's right there at the football field in the high school, which is in Hamilton, right there near the intersection of Alabama 17 and U.S. Highway 43. And we'll kind of leave it maybe right there, about where you've got it there. That's a pretty good shot back to the southwest. And this is going to be a camera that we're going to be watching with great interest. And we have another camera. We have 2 active cameras in Hamilton right now, and we're going to be bouncing back between those 2. Let's go back quickly to that high-res radar, and again, I'll just show you what we've got here. You can see that hook right here. It is getting close to the Alabama-Mississippi state line. The possible tornado is in the progress of moving across the state line that will be affecting the community of Detroit, and then this could be very, very close to the city of Hamilton. I mean, looking at this thing, it might be a very, very close call for the city, and that's the population center of Marion County. It's about 15 minutes away away. So if you're in Hamilton, you've got 15 minutes to go to a safe place. Now's the time to do it. We encourage people not to go outside to look. We've got a bunch of cameras. We will look for you. When you're by a window, that's one of the worst places you could be. You want to be in a small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. Be sure and text message maybe somebody you know that lives in Detroit or Hamilton where they're not aware of this, maybe those that don't speak English. We want everybody to have a readiness kit. The readiness kit should include helmets. Everybody should have some type of head protection. That could be a bicycle helmet, a batting helmet, and this is not just for kids, this is for everybody. When it comes to infants, maybe the best idea is a car seat, not necessarily a helmet for a small infant, and don't put them in a car. Again, a car is the worst place to be. It's a situation where you want to be, have them in a car seat in that good, safe place. So again, we'll go back to the big system, and again, what we have is a tornado warning in effect right here for parts of Marion and northern Lamar counties, and this is a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado cutting across that part of the state. We should also mention at the same time, I don't want to get totally away from this, we have a tornado emergency that is in effect for Athens, Cartwright, and Elkmont. Those are communities up here in the Tennessee Valley of extreme North Alabama. Those are counties not in our television market, but the Weather Service has reported severe damage. And apparently we have some really serious problems up and through here. And again, if you know anybody that lives in Athens or Elkmont, you need to get them on the line, send them a text message and tell them they should have been in a safe place 20 minutes ago. But that is apparently a very serious tornado that is coming up through Limestone County that has produced major damage according to the National Weather Service in Huntsville. And again, I will put the velocity display up, and goodness, that is just remarkable. This is Athens, this is Elkmont. The core of this thing passing through the northern part of Athens. It's in the process of crossing I-65 and US 31 right now. So nobody should be driving along US 31 or I-65 in Limestone County, period, until this thing passes. This is a very serious situation. The Weather Service calls it a tornado emergency. And understand this could continue into Madison County as well. We're not going to focus on this for a long time because this is up in the Huntsville television market, but a lot of you watch our live stream, and that is very important. So we're going to go back to our storm that is located now coming into northern Lamar and Marion counties. We have heard of some reports of damage in Amory, Mississippi from this. But so far, Brian, I've not heard of any injuries from this specific storm. Have you?
Not from that specific storm, James.
Okay. And again, you can see that tornado indication is right here. It's crossed over into Lamar. It looks like it's going to be passing pretty much on the county line. But my hand is on the county line. This is Lamar. This is Marion. And that is a tornado signature coming right toward the city of Hamilton. Let's go back to our Hamilton Skycam. We'll take the one at Hamilton High School. And again, let's take this. We can take it full screen. I'm just going to magically pop my little computer out of there. There we go. Thank you. And Ryan, you might do a little jog to the left and a jog to the right. We're going to watch this together. This is one of our HD cameras, we should point out, that's installed up at Hamilton High School. And this will be a camera that will be focused on as what could be a tornado is moving right in the direction of Hamilton. You know, all along throughout the day, we've been concerned that the core threat is going to be in that northwestern corner of the state. And sure enough, that is the situation, that area from Hamilton all the way up to the Shoals. And, of course, now we have the tornado emergency up in the Tennessee Valley. Brian?
The Apple TV, if we could take that, that is...
That's Internet One.
Let's take Internet One, I'm sorry.
Let's go to Internet One.
I'm sorry, Internet One. My mistake.
Okay. Is this John Brown's?
This is John Brown's shot, and he's on the future I-22. And it looks like he's at exit 16.
Okay.
I can read those street signs there.
Yeah, this is John Brown. John is one of our guys in the field. John does an amazing job. John did heroic work on April 27th, and that is Interstate 22, which means he's basically 16 miles into Alabama from the Mississippi state line, right?
And the storm, yes, and the storm is coming his way.
Right, and so John is going to be in a position to intercept that storm pretty much at that particular location. So again, this is John Brown. We have 3 live streams now coming from Marion County. This is from John Brown, and we've got our 2 sky cams up there. So we're going to be watching very carefully for the reports. Boy, here's a somewhat concerning report. Again, we've had a major tornado in Louisville, Mississippi, and we're going to talk about that one in just a minute. But in fact, let me just go down and show you what's happening with that. This is the tornado you see right down here. Notice the inflow notch. That's the tornado that came through Louisville. We've got reports that debris is falling on the campus of Mississippi State University in Starkville from a tornado that hit Louisville, Mississippi. That is a report. It's not confirmed at this point, but again, that is
Debris is also
significant.
being reported northwest of Athens from a UAH family member.
Yeah, that's a big mess up there. In fact, let's go back to the main graphic system. We'll put that behind me. In fact, I tell you what, let's take John Brown's stream live. I want to stick with this. I want to show you some images coming in from up in the Tennessee Valley, and these are images that represent the damage that we have seen up there, and there's been some pretty significant damage. By the way, let me just show you quickly. This is Tupelo, Mississippi. Let's take the Apple TV. We're just going to take Twitter live for a minute. That's Tupelo. It looks like a bomb went off. If you watched our coverage earlier today, when that radar signature went over northern Tupelo, you know that was just horrific. So that's what Tupelo looked like. That's the tornado in Louisville, Mississippi. That's from Greg Brown and the Storm Chase team over at Starkville. Doc Brown's on the faculty at Mississippi State. It's a little hard to see, but that is the Louisville tornado coming from Professor Brown. And again, we're getting a lot of other reports. And again, some of these images are just pretty remarkable of the storm. But I wanted to show one quick damage picture. This is Louisville, Mississippi. And again, this is the damage that we have seen from Louisville, and that is a storm that might affect Pickens County, Alabama. And I saw one that was from the marina up in the Tennessee River up and through there. Yeah, this is the image right here. That's some damage at the marina up on the Tennessee River. That is the marina that is not too far from Rogersville, the Bay Hill Marina near Athens. And so it's been a rough ride up there. So we got a lot of things going on, but we're focusing on the storm that is currently moving into Lamar and Pickens counties, because that is in our designated market area. And go back and take a look at that. And that's still got a very well-defined hook, as you can see. The greatest indication of a tornado, it is going to be right there, just north of the community of Detroit, which you see right here. And again, this is moving up in this direction. I wouldn't call that a debris ball at this point, but it sure looks like it's suspicious. And that's moving right up toward the city of Hamilton. And if we've got anything there, we're going to be able to see it pretty quickly. So let's go back to John Brown's live stream. We'll take this full if we can. We'll just take a lot of these full. This is coming from John, and he is along Interstate 22. Let's take a look now at the Skycam network if we can. This is going to be the Skycam coming from Hamilton High School.
Right.
And again, Brian, you let me know if you see anything. We got a lot of streams here. I can see John Brown's stream.
Oh,
whoa! Let's go back to John's stream.
Holy mackerel!
That was not a tornado. That was lightning.
That was lightning.
So John is very close to the core of that storm. Goodness, that was pretty remarkable. You can see the lightning off in the distance. Do we have an exact location on John right now?
I'm pretty sure that he is now to the west of exit 16. He's gone west of Hamilton, I believe, James.
Okay. And again, John is along Interstate 22, and we are watching his stream, and he is going to intercept that storm. But again, we encourage everybody in the city of Hamilton to be in a safe place. Should have been there 10, 15 minutes ago, but a small room on the lowest floor near the center, away from windows. We don't know the size of this tornado, but quite frankly, it doesn't really matter at this point. We just want you in a safe place as a course of least regret. The tornado is basically 11 miles west of Hamilton, moving northeast. And again, at this point, the warning is in effect until 5:30 for about 8 more minutes. We assume the Weather Service will probably extend this. And again, we stress the Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning on the northern side of the county for the possibility of large hail. And again, up in the Tennessee Valley, the tornado emergency continues. Baseball-sized hail has been reported at Elkmont. That's 2.75 inches in diameter. That's pretty remarkable.
That's
Clements Fire Department has received major damage from a direct hit of a tornado. This is up in the Tennessee Valley. That is the storm that's moved south of Rogersville, passing just north of Athens. And again, I've not heard of any injuries up in Limestone County, but that is a very serious storm that will not be affecting Huntsville. Let me just kind of put your mind at ease. If you've got relatives in the city of Huntsville, this is moving over it's going to clip that far northwestern part of Madison County, maybe close to Harvest, but I think even it goes north of Harvest, north of Hazel Green, up into Tennessee, up into Fayette County, Tennessee. But again, let's go back to the radar very quickly, and we're going to keep an eye on both things here. We'll keep an eye on John's live stream. But again, if we have a tornado, it's located right here. That's the inflow notch. This is moving northeast directly toward the city of Hamilton. Let's go to our Skycam network. We'll take this full. Again, this is the Skycam coming from Hamilton High School in Marion County. And Brian will kind of let you maybe pan the horizon a little bit, and you can see if we can see any evidence of a lowering or a tornado, as within a few minutes we are going to perhaps be within range.
Haven't seen anything yet, and hold on a minute. I tried to switch and it didn't switch. Be right back there.
All right, let's go back to John Brown's stream while we get the other Skycam set here. This is from John Brown, and again, John, look at the lightning in this thing. Whoa. Tremendous. John is along Interstate 22, and John is going to be in a position to intercept this thing. That camera, John has a very amazing way of being in the right place at the right time. John has been trained for many years. He is, I would say, the best that we have here, at least in this part of the country, if not in the nation, in terms of getting in the right place. John is safe. Sometimes people say, are you putting these people in danger on purpose? We're not putting anybody in danger. These men have been trained for a long time. They know exactly what they're doing. They get in the southwest flank of the storm as it moves away from them. They sometimes can be close, but they are always safe. They have a lot of equipment on board these vehicles, and they are very good at what they do. So we want you to know that they are okay. But again, you can see the possible tornado indication on both the radar systems. Let's put the graphic system, the main station graphic system behind me. Yes.
James, State Trooper reports north of Detroit in Marion County, State Highway 78 and 19, multiple vortex tornado on the ground.
Wow. All right. So
and that's coming through our chat with the National Weather Service.
Right. This is direct from the Weather Service. So again, we have reports now of from a state trooper north of Detroit in Marion County at U.S.
And this location is due west of Hamilton.
Yeah, a multiple vortex tornado on the ground. It doesn't say large, it says multiple vortex tornado on the ground. This is due west of Hamilton. No information on damage at this point, but again, this is going to be in this region right in through here. The storm is moving northeast, and this is a reminder that you've got to take this seriously. That report is going to be right in through here. Let's go back to John Brown's stream, and John is going to be very close to this thing. And again, we're going to watch this very carefully. This is a live stream from John Brown, who is in the field, and he is on this storm. And we are all watching this together, and we're going to see if anything happens to show up. I've got a funny feeling we're going to see something soon, if not on John's stream, perhaps our Skycam network. Again, this is the Skycam coming from Hamilton High School. And again, Brian, you just kind of leave it right there. We'll leave it on a broad basis. You've got a really better view from your perspective than I do, but if you need to zoom in or whatever, you just take control of this thing. We are... Again, this adds to the seriousness of this warning. Again, a state trooper north of Detroit in Marion County. Of course, Detroit is in Lamar. He was basically at the county line of Marion and Lamar, but he's got a report of a multiple vortex tornado that is down. We've got a tornado emergency now. The Weather Service in Birmingham is upgrading the warning for Hamilton to a tornado emergency until 6:15. The tornado is 9 miles west of Hamilton, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. Let's go back to John Brown's stream if we can. And again, we're watching that lowering you can see off in the distance. John is along Interstate 22, and we're all watching that together. If there's anything down, we might have a glimpse of that at this particular location. You can see the increase.
Lots of lightning.
Right. So again, we have a tornado emergency for the city of Hamilton and parts of Marion County. And please let me stress, this does not include Ewan. This does not include Winfield. You are at no danger from this storm. This does include the city of Hamilton. So again, a tornado emergency is currently in effect for Marion County. Candace Sweat, can you hear us? Where are you and what do you see? You're in Hamilton.
Yeah, James. I am in Hamilton right now at the Hamilton Fire Station Fire Department. People are coming here to take shelter. They have an underground safe room, and several families are starting to pull up now and take shelter. Actually, the sirens just went off not too long ago, and you've told us time and time again not to rely on those sirens. So people have been taking heed prior to that and coming in, taking shelter. Also want to mention at the Rec Center on 5th Avenue, I'm told that there are 2 safe rooms across the street from there. They have a basement as well. There's a Methodist church on Highway 43 if people want to take shelter there. But we are about 5 miles, as I understand it. I'm talking to emergency crew as we speak, but we're about 5 miles away from this funnel cloud that has been spotted. So we are actually going to make our way inside and take shelter as well. Super dark here. Lots of thunder, lots of lightning, so we're going to take shelter as well and toss it back to you, James.
Okay, again, let's go to the Skycam. We're going to bounce back and forth. That's John Brown's stream. Let's watch that Skycam, Brian, and I'm going to let you kind of pan around. And let's kind of take it as many different directions as we can. Let's be sure we're not missing something. Again, this is the Skycam that is at Hamilton High School, and we are going to check the other Skycam in just a moment that is located at the Strata Station office. The Strata Station folks are the folks that, let's maybe go back a little to the left. It's going to be right in there, I think, Brian, where you got that, the support mast for the camera.
Of course, the support mast would be right there.
It's moving fast. It's going to be out of let's move it back a little bit to the right, and then we'll zoom in. I want to look right there at that spot. If we can go back to the right just a little bit. And again, these cameras are high-definition cameras, and it takes a lot of bandwidth. And occasionally, during a tornado emergency like this, everybody's on their phone. They're using their device, and the bandwidth can drop. Let's go back to John Brown's really quickly. Let's go to John's stream. Again, this is John Brown along Interstate 22. We are watching very carefully that lowering along the interstate. That could be the region where there might be a tornado. And again, the reason the Weather Service upgraded this to a tornado emergency is the fact that a state trooper reported a multiple vortex tornado that is on the ground. And again, yeah, this we've had another report, Brian, from the Weather Service in Memphis. Apparently, one of the storm chaser guys has reported that as well. So we are watching the part of the storm that is capable of producing a tornado that is a little west of the city of Hamilton. I will say this, that the velocity couplet is not as extreme as you might expect right now. So maybe this thing is a little disorganized, but I'm sure not going to tell anybody to lessen their guard. The velocity couplet, in fact, looks a little disorganized on radar north and west of Hamilton, and I would suggest the greatest chance of a tornado is going to be a little north and west of the city of Hamilton. Still, if you're in the city of Hamilton, do not let down your guard. You want to be in that safe place until this thing passes. The structure is clearly not as good on radar as it was 10 minutes ago. Hey, let's go back to John Brown's camera real quick. And again, it looks like we see that wall cloud. That could be our wall cloud right there.
Could be.
And again, for those that don't know, Brian was the warning correspondent